What we're going to do is we're going to do our Mongoose Retro Mini Scoop build. Okay, first, this is how we received this yesterday, as you can see. So we're going to have to take a little extra precautions and check this over very well and see if everything's good. We got this from a company in Texas, Corpus Christi, and they are called Hype Bike or Hype Bikes, HYPE BYKE. All right, so no idea what that's about. That's not packaged very well.
And we're giving our honest review on it.
I was a little disappointed with how the business transaction took place. This was dropped off at a UPS store on a Friday morning for me, but unknowingly that it was going to sit there for many days. But even with that, the responses with my questions weren't always answered right away. And, you know, the busy company, you'll have that. But it kind of seemed like I was being put aside. You got to take care of your customers. You got to take care of your customers. All right, there's a lot of zip ties here. I don't know if they did that, but we'll slowly work our way through it. Okay, so we got nuts on that one. There's nuts on that one. Yeah, there's just stuff thrown in here like this padding. I don't know what that's from. It was just laying in here. So, I'm not sure here. Yeah, it's all nicked up. I mean, I know it ain't going to be perfect, but I know there was, there's some marks here. She disclosed there were some marks somewhere on the handlebars. Or was that the other one? I thought it was this one. I'm assuming it's right there. So, that ain't a big deal, though. She showed me pictures of that, so I was aware of that. I don't know why that is on the on there, but whatever. My concern is I want to get through this and look this over. So let's pause that and cut all these zip ties and stuff. All right. Well, I'm kind of bummed out about a couple of things. One, there's no pegs for the back. This is supposed to have pegs. You can see that right here. The pegs are on there. Other places I've seen that are selling these, they do have the pegs on them.
It says right here, styles might vary.
Oh, okay.
That's a mistake.
It shouldn't, because they only reproduced this one time. Yeah, it's supposed to have pegs on it. One thing I'm really, really disappointed about, though, is if you look at this shouldn't be like this. So I got all this on here. It's gonna rip it. I wanted this intact so it could be saved for my kids, down the road. But obviously, you see, you can't really. It's damaged. It's damaged because of the foam packing. So that I'm very upset about. I know it might be something. I'm finicky. There's some marks all over it here. Over here. In here, it's all marked up. No idea what happened here.
So we're finding stuff on the way.
There's dirt underneath the sticker. Huh. Yeah. What are you going to do? It ain't perfect. But other than that, it should have the pegs, and it doesn't. Pretty color. Definitely retro, without a doubt. So we're going to try to get this on the bike stand. I don't know how we're going to grasp it. And we're going to go ahead and do some assembly. So let's get on it. Alright, so we got it on the stand. Try to do a little cleaning. It's supposed to be this blue with pink. I guess it's just these little tiny pink decals. That really doesn't count, though. Alright, I'm trying to look for a Allen key here.
We're going to let them cook.
Alright, so we're going to start with the handlebars here. Oh,
technical difficulties.
No, we're good. Thank goodness. Well, it's greased up pretty good. Well, that's a good thing. But, yeah, I was under the assumption it had pegs. So if it doesn't, some of they show, some of them they do, some of them they don't. So if it doesn't, all right, no big deal, no harm, no foul. But the bummer is that manual with that thing stuck to it. That I don't like. I like to keep the paperwork because down the road, when I'm an old man, I'm not. But anyhow, of course, that would be something valuable that would come with it. You know how things are valuable now. Oh, well, if you only had that paperwork, it could be worth $1 gazillion more. Even though it's not really true. I'm just particular like that. I like to have the paperwork with stuff. I guess that's what makes me the guy that I am, But I can ramble about it all day. I am bummed out about it, though. I really am. It's kind of is what it is. But try to see if we can get some of these other marks off. Just getting some marks off of here, trying to. They're not really coming off. Is what it is. We're going to put the handlebars on. There are more marks on the handlebars than I was originally understanding. See, there's some here, which I believe that was the picture I received. But over here, there's quite a bit.
Should we take it away from the camera?
Oh, I'm sorry. Officer Booker and Officer Takeaway. That was from an 80s TV show. Or it could have been 90s. With Leslie Nelson, Police Squad, I think.
If you're watching this, please let us know how the camera quality is. New camera.
Yes, please do. Thank you. Okay, we're recording in 8K.
If he looks a little red, he's not red. It's just his camera.
No, it's just the anger that's blistering inside.
No, you look.
I'm that emoji guy with the fire coming out of his head.
That is not emoji. That is Inside Out.
Whatever it's called. This one does not have a washer. Why does it not have a washer? La, 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 la. I used to have a lot of these when I was a kid. All right, so my cameraman's telling me he has a really cool idea that we can do and merge these videos together with some kind of a software that I don't know anything about. He's going to do it. I'm going to put my faith and trust in him. So he's going to explain it to you real quick. And I'm going to take the camera. He's going to tell you what we're going to do because we're going to end this video. So don't pause it. Tell him what you're going to do.
So all we're going to do is do a time lapse. While we set the camera there, we build it. And we're going to do a time lapse so you don't have to watch us do all this. We're going to do a time lapse and then we're going to do an ending of us running away with it.
Okay. What he said. So I stop it now?
Go to the time lapse.
We are finally done. And this took so much longer than building anything I've ever done. I did a lot of these back in the 1980s, and I can tell you right now, it was never this long. There's a lot of problems with this. So if you're on the market for one of these, I would suggest that you're going, just to let you know, you're going to be buying it for looks and not for riding. That's what this is for. It's basically a reissued looker, I guess, to bring back a memory or two. But I would say I don't suggest riding it, and we'll get into that in a minute. First thing I want to complain about is this. This is just, this is wrong. I don't know how it happened, but look, the manual is all messed up. And honestly, I'm not happy with that because I like these. These pieces of paper mean a lot to me when they come with something. I consider this like a title to a vehicle. I have it. It's sentimental value. and I have one that's going to be, it's pretty much torn. So, and it's still sealed though. So, you know, we never even used it. Okay. Kind of bums me out. So, with that said, let's get into the scooter. All right. First off, this is a safety factor. This is the way this thing is designed. Come on in here, cameraman. You see these bolts down in here are supposed to have washers. There's no washers. These bolts can actually fall through there. Let me put my glasses on. If you look, you can see the way that is. And actually, if you over crank them, and after, you know, if you were to use it, obviously, if you were actually riding this thing, okay, eventually with the weight of someone on here, and you putting your feet on here over time, that's going to come through, and you're going to lose your footboard. Okay, so right off the bat, there's no washers here, so that's not safe. All right. Next thing is that this rotor system is completely. It's not safe at all with the brakes. You also have up in the head, you're going to be able to see it. When you come up through here on this side, when we had all this off, up in here on the other side, there's a gap in there. I'd like to say, I'm trying to guesstimate like fractions here on the top of my head on how big that gap is, even just where the headset comes up, where the cup is, and so on. And that's coming out of the cup where it bolts down in. You're looking at probably 3/8. No, it can't be that much. I'm sorry. Probably about 3/16 of a gap. And that's not safe. What I'm saying is, first of all, the upper cup here, it's not really sitting flat. And when you get it, like when you look at it and then you get it where it's flat, there's a gap where it comes up through the head and the top nut, and there's a gap there, and that's not safe at all. Another big thing, okay, these rims, these mag wheels, okay, you've probably seen us in these videos as we fast forward, okay. We inflated the tires, deflated them, inflated them. We played with the tubes. We did everything we could to make these wheels straight. The tires and the tubes are fine. The rim itself, front and back, now I don't know if it's the way it was manufactured. This being from China, there's a good chance it could possibly be a manufacturing issue. But again, I don't know. I'm not trying to be judgmental. Could be the way where it was stored. Could have been stored in extreme heat. But extreme heat would have caused other issues, in my opinion, like maybe something with this plastic, something with the grips. So even the the coating on the cables, even these little cups, for the nuts and that. So I honestly don't think it was extreme heat. I think it's the way it's manufactured. Now, if you look at the wheel, we went round and round and round, literally round and round and round, okay? But anyhow, seriously, all kidding aside, round and round with this, okay, with these tires and tubes, because sometimes you'll get a tube and you have to work it into the rim and tire so that it's not wobbling or, mostly they go up and down. This one, look at this one. Okay, that's not the tire and tube. That's the rim. And how we find that out is we took the time to take the brake pads in the brakes, and you'll see it in all the videos. We had them literally riding up against it like this. Okay, and I'll show you right now. Watch. I'm holding the brake pad in. What? See? That right there shows you the wheel is bent. It's the rim. And you can physically see it right here. You can see how cheaply made this is. See that? And I'm holding the brake pad in. So, even on the other side, it's like riding. The way it's riding. The front is the same way. So what it comes down to is, in my opinion, if you truly want to buy one of these, don't buy it to ride it. Because it's not safe. Okay? Between the bent mag wheels, the poorly designed brakes, we had a part missing up here. We had to take off of our trick bike. So now our trick bike is down until we can find one of those. And out here, we don't have BMX shops we can go to and get one of them, We got to probably go to a Goodwill store, buy a bike and a cheap bike and use it for parts for a parts bike. I don't know. I see what you're doing. He's so fixated on taking the clear plastic off of that emblem, but anyhow, it's not safe. I mean, let me take a camera for a ride here for a minute. Check this out. Watch the wheel.
I already showed him.
Look at that. Okay? Front wheel is actually, I mean, we tried. We put the bad one completely on the back. And even then, you tell me. Look at that. Okay? Look from the side. You can see.
You can hear it too.
Yeah. Okay? I mean, watch it with the brake on the mag wheel here. Watch right here. Okay, this isn't moving. So, like, the tire is, but if you watch the side rim and this, you'll see.
Yeah.
Watch. See how it moves in and out?
Oh, that's
That is clear. Clearly you can see how warped the rim is.
that's
And the front wheel is the same way. Did you get that off of there?
Yeah.
Are you happy? You want to show everybody the plastic? There it is. Here, we'll take a look at the emblem. He was so excited to do that. The whole time he's like, I want to do that, I want to do that. All right. Other than that, there were more scratches in it than we initially thought from what we were told. A long story short, she is a looker. She's pretty. I promised my young boy he can ride this because everybody got a turn on other things that we've built, and it's his turn. He's the lightest, so I guess it works out pretty good because the other ones aren't going to ride this, I don't think, because honestly, it's not safe. So take that back, cameraman, and I'm going to say what we paid for this is not worth it. Okay? It's not. This is a modestly and honestly putting it, what we paid, I certainly would, if I knew about this before I bought it, I wouldn't do it. Now, I'm not blaming where I purchased it from because that's not on them, not at all. But I am going to say it's got to be, okay, I have to say something real quick. You heard something coming back from that general direction as the cameraman is being gassed out. It was his own stench that he just let out. And he was doing this. Oh my God. I need windshield wipers. It was so bad. Honestly. It's still there. All right. He actually has been doing it the whole time. That's why you'll see me go like this or something. And you'll see me probably real fast going like this. Anyhow, all said and done, this is the end result. I don't feel that it's safe. I don't feel it's worth the money that we purchased. But again, that's not the fault of who we purchased it from. I'm not blaming them in any way, shape, or form. They were wonderful people out in Corpus Christi, Texas. But again, to sum this up, I'm going to let my little guy take it for a ride, and it's going to go on a shelf, and that's probably where it's going to stay. Unless I can do something different to make it rideable. So, one more thing we're going to talk about here before I let my little guy get on this and we do a quick record. We have something special coming up. Now, you've seen us do our Australian Super Goose, the Mongoose Super Goose we got with that beautiful rat. Well, we were going back to those people to get another one, different color. Thank you. Send money. No. Anyhow, kidding aside. We have another Super Goose coming. This is not Australian, though. And we got a fair deal on it. And we got another build coming. So, let's pause this video and get our little buddy out of here.
It's not an electric scooter, Wyatt, remember. This is fun.
You gotta go.
It looks like you're not having fun.
It's actually fun.
Imagine going downhill with that. Wyatt, no.
If you see why I'm leaning down, I'm not trying to get any addresses in, you know.
How's the brakes?
Can we go downhill?
Don't skid.
Not good. Those brakes are
Just right here. Wyatt, right in here, honey, right in here. That's all.
like this.
It's really not safe. It's cool looking, but it's not really safe. I promise you, it's really not.
Why?
And you can tell the original BMX ones. Look how far the bars stick
Can
out.
I actually go down?
I'm
This is boring. Can I actually go on here?
not trying to get
Can I go down there?
Just a couple of cars. Go ahead. Not too far, because I don't trust that even with what we